distractions, man. Like, actually, like, I just been thinking, like, this past week, like, there's so many distractions in our world. You know, we got movies, TV shows, music, celebrity drama, sports, politics. It's all a distraction. And I'm gonna explain what that means later in the video. But I've also been thinking about us as a species, human beings, Homo sapiens. You know, back in the day, like from the caveman all the way up to like 1800s, like we never had this many forms of media. I mean, the first major form of like media or entertainment that was like kind of like on demand was radio. I believe that was like late 1800s, early 1900s. And then from there, we got TV, and then it just snowballed. We got the computer, the internet, but all this quick entertainment, it comes at a cost. I feel like the global consciousness, I mean, there's benefits and there's a cost, because I would say the global consciousness is better on certain issues. Like now we can see stuff happening all across the world, but on the contrary, there's negatives, because there's so many things fighting for your attention. It's hard to focus on the most important stuff. Like when we're just scrolling on TikTok or Reels, we're feeding our brain with usually just brain rot or not productive content. And that does have effect, because what you watch, what you consume, that affects your thoughts and eventually your actions. And then also, so I'm looking at my notes. Also, it's just like, it's a waste of time, all these stuff competing for your attentions. It's wasting your time, your energy. But you also have to sit back and think about why. Why do we have all this stuff? And you could just easily say, oh, it's technology, it's just the advancement of our society. But I believe it's deeper than that. I believe it's systematic. It's planned. This stuff's not by accident. And I'm gonna tell you why. So we're gonna go back in history. We're gonna go back to ancient Rome. So ancient Rome, they had the Colosseum. They used to have the gladiator fights. So basically, they would host the fights, and they would get all the masses, the common people, to watch the fights. And during the fights, they would give them free bread or free food. And from that, there's a term attributed to that called bread and circuses. And basically, the ideology is that you can distract the masses by giving them cheap entertainment. So that's what I believe all of this stuff is for. Like why we have Love Island, the NBA Finals. Like sports is part of it too. Everyone getting hyped about sports. Yeah, you're looking at sports, you're not looking at the genocide. You're not looking at the rich people making this big business deal. It's all distractions. And this all sparked actually because I was calling my friend, right? And we were talking about basically we wanted to do like a social media fast, and we went down this tangent about like the dangers of this, and then like the dangers of social media and how distracted we are. And we were like thinking about like, why is it like this? Like, and then we came to the realization is to control the masses. When we're distracted, when we're too busy thinking about when the next TV show is gonna drop, when Kai Cenat's gonna stream, we're asleep. Yo, quick little ad break. Go mess with my song in the bio, cause like I'm also a rapper. I'm a very multi-talented individual. Go mess with the song. All right, back to the video. We're in the Matrix, and that's what they want. They want a bunch of mindless drones. That's why I believe they're trying to invest so much in AI, virtual reality tech. So we just become mindless drones. If you ever watched the movie WALL-E, That's how we're gonna be. We're gonna just be fat, lazy in the chair, and we're gonna live comfortable lives. And also, I'm speaking for like people in developed countries. Like, we're gonna live comfortable lives, but we're not gonna have any power. We're not gonna be aware. It's almost like being in a nice prison. You know, you're still in prison. You're still in chains, even if it's cotton. But then again, you have to think about what are they trying to distract us from. I know I kind of touched on this earlier, but thinking deeper on this subject, like, just think about it. Most people in this country, America, richest country in the world, most powerful country, we're born, we're a kid, go to school, we work, we die. That's the life. You're a kid, go to school, work, die. When you say it like that, life doesn't seem so fulfilling. And then we also have so many problems in this country and across the world. Like I said, we're the richest country. Still can't solve homelessness. Still have a major drug crisis. The economy is in shambles, inflation. We got AI and data centers. We got a stock market that's basically a bubble. People can't pay for groceries. Like, there's a lot of real problems. We still don't have universal health care. And if you want to get deeper into it, Epstein, man, what happened to that? There was all that pressure. Now we all forgot. Now we're watching. What are the kids watching these days, man? I don't even know. They're on Twitter looking at leaks, man. This is real business, but we're distracted. We're in the matrix, man. And I'm saying all of this stuff is a distraction. Like, politics is not the answer either. And when I say that, I'm not saying you shouldn't pay attention to politics or you shouldn't be like knowledgeable in politics, but I'm saying these two parties, Democrats, Republicans, they're not the answer. They're part of the game. They want you distracted because they both serve corporate interests, man. And that's what it comes down to. Who's pulling the strings is the corporate interests. Because what do they want? They just want consumers. They don't want thinkers, they want consumers. Basically, all we're useful for the corporations is our labor and then our consumption. And eventually, with AI, we're getting to the point where they don't even need our labor. We're useless. All we're meant to do is consume. That's what they want to do. But then we also have to talk about the solution. You know, it's easy to just be negative, but we also have to talk about solutions. So I think the solution is just be more conscious, man. Don't just spend your life just consuming mindlessly. Think, use your brain. This is the most powerful tool in the universe. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, but I'm gonna just roll with it. But think, man, you have to really see what's going on in the world. You can't just look at all the distraction, man. You gotta look deeper. Like, I'll be researching, bro. Researching. Also, when you're researching, don't just believe everything you see. That's another thing, bro. You gotta fact check the information. But I'm just trying to give y'all a game, man. I'm gonna try to post a couple more videos. Thank you for tuning in. Till next time.